So in your experience when you were working with offshore teams, like what was one thing that you didn't like? That all right, this is a part of offshoring that I don't like.
One of the things that was a challenge to navigate for, me was the client communication and understanding how can my offshore team interact with my client and how can they not interact with my client. And this was a job, going back to this particular audit, this was a job where we had to travel across the country to different offices of this client and do inventory observations and all these different things, right? And so something that I realized maybe a little too late in my client service era was that our clients really like spending time with us. They really like it. I was trying to figure out early on how to get my India team to be interacting with my client through emails and through, different electronic, it was never a phone call. It was always written communication that they were going through. And I realized maybe a little too late that I could be using them differently and that the client really cared about that person, like whether it was me or somebody else on the US side who was in their office right then and there that they could talk to. And so I think one of the biggest challenges was just letting the reins go a little bit on delegation and being able to accurately identify, hey, this is a task that I should be doing, not can be doing, not can I do it, should I be doing it? Can I delegate that to my offshore team who knows this client, knows this job, can get that done, maybe a half hour longer than it takes me to get it done, but it frees me up to go and have a conversation with this client while I'm off site with, or, while I'm on site with them. That was a big shift for me to understand how I mean, you have to learn it for each client. Some clients want to interact differently with their auditors and with their tax people and with the offshore teams of those people. But I think getting the clients comfortable that you are bringing an offshore team to the table who's going to help them deliver work to them. It's a trust. It's an emotional thing that the client needs to understand. But between you and them, and the more time that you can spend with them in person, and they see you in their office, and you're not just heads down on a work paper trying to get something done. You're utilizing your offshore team to get that stuff done so you can have more face time with that client. That was a big challenge for me. I think for each firm, different, it's a very personal thing to figure out for each firm because every client is different. Understanding and asking the question to your clients. I think a lot of people are afraid to ask this question, but it could be very freeing. Look, we utilize a very strong team in India. How do you want to interact with them? Do you want to interact with them at all? Do you want to just go through our US team? I think giving the client optionality like that helps a lot. And